Well, shemai everyone. This is becoming a bit of a habit now, isn't it? This video making malarkey. It's nice to get back into a little bit of a routine with it. I'm going to create a scrapbook page for one of the challenges on Scrap Squad. They're having a cyber crop this weekend. Today is the 11th of October. And one of their challenges is to use wood veneer. Now, I've got a little... Well, no, let's be honest. I got a shed load of wood veneer and I find it quite difficult to use. So I'm going to challenge myself to use some of it up. I'm using these beautiful papers. They are Cartabella Home Again. And I bought them last year with the intention of doing a scrapbook about our house build. So I thought they would be perfect for this challenge. The page that they're using as an inspiration has some torn paper across the top down the bottom, so I'm going to try to recreate that. They've actually just used the one photo, but I've made up a little multi-photo piece again. I seem to be doing a lot of these lately because it's such a great way of getting quite a few photos on a layout. So I'm going to scrapbook these, and they're actually of our house still completely covered in scaffolding, but the render boards have gone on, which means that the rendering can start now. We just want it completely watertight for Christmas. Well, no, for the winter, because as you can imagine in Wales, we just have a little bit of rain through the winter. So I'm going to flick through to see which patterns I'd like at the top. I think I'm going to layer up. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick to the ones I've chosen. I'm going to layer this lovely wood grain and I'm going to put these flowers on top. What I'm going to do, I'm going to tear it. And I just want that little bit of white showing. Perhaps there's a little bit too much white showing there. So I might tear some of that back a bit. They've actually got more of a curve, but I think I might just tear that a little bit more across there, just to give it a little bit of a bumpier edge. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one, but I'm going to tear less of it. Or should I say, I'm going to tear a thinner strip of it. That's what I mean. There we go. Just have a little piece up there then. Across there. I'm going to do the same thing then down the bottom. No, look at me. I was thinking, no, I'm going to need to cut this now because it needs a straight edge down the bottom. Seems like forever since I've done a scrapbook layout just for myself rather than it being for a class or something. So it's quite nice just to look through and think, right, I'll try that challenge out. There we go. I'm just going to taper that bit. Ooh, because it's such a lovely thick quality paper, it's quite stiff to tear. Oh my goodness. Whew. Struggling to speak today. But these patterns in it are lovely, and is a really thick cardstock paper. It's not just, some pattern papers are really quite thin, but this one is absolutely beautiful. And I've just teared it down here, and I'm just going to, just to show the white core of the paper, I'm going to tear the other side. There we go. And that, I'm just going to, I'm embracing the tearing. I used to find tearing really difficult. They still sometimes feel a little bit alien, especially when the papers are so gorgeous and brand new and you think, oh, I seem such a shame to tear them. But I really like the effect they give. There we go. And I'm just going to stick this one at the bottom. And my ATG gun is about to die, and I don't really want to be replacing the tape on the video. There we go. So that's that bottom section done. And I'm going to do the same thing up here then. In fact, I'm going to stick this down just across the top, because then I can tack little embellishments underneath. So I've chosen, seeing as I've got such a plethora of wood veneer, I've chosen 3 pieces. Dear me. Then I'm just going to ruffle this little edge up a little bit. Across here. I love wood grain paper. Love, love, love. And because our house is a timber frame house, it fits in really nicely. So once again, I'm going to, with my double-sided tape, stick it across here. And because I want to make sure it is completely straight, I'm going to just pull off a corner, because obviously with double-sided tape, unlike glue, there are no second chances. Once it's down, it's pretty much down. So as you can see, I've got that little tear piece there. So I can line it up, and there we go. Once again, I'm just going to ruffle this one up as well. Right, this pack has also got some lovely chipboard stickers, and it's got a lovely sticker sheet. I bought it as a full collection because I thought I love some of the sentiments, like there's no place like home, this is us, our life, our story, our home, things like that. So I'm just gonna, once again, just make sure I'm on the right track. Now I'm gonna stick all these to one mat because I want to treat them as one full piece, and I think I'm going to use this one. Let me see. I'll use my gun quickly. I know it's going to die. I'm just going to treat it a bit like a photo collage and stick all 4 photos on one mat first, and then layer up underneath this one set of photos. I find it hard to come up with ingenious ways to put multi-photos on a page. So I tend to stick to like a cluster of photos or put them in like a line. I find that's the easiest way to deal with them. So this is actually showing the front and back and the 2 sides of our house. Right, I'm going to cut that one down. So this is nice back to this paper as well if you were moving in. As you can see, we're not quite at that stage. So there we go. So that is my photo mat there. Now I'm going to use some of the other papers to layer underneath it. And I love this paper here. So let's just see what sort of size I need. They show it with some pieces coming out the side, if that makes sense, like that. And obviously because I'm dealing with more than one photo, then obviously my mats are going to need to be quite a bit bigger. That one sort of like that. I'm going to choose one more then. I don't want to use all my papers. And that's obviously the one I've used on the back. No, it's a bit fussy. I'm not keen on the back of that one. I could put this one behind. I'll do it this way. That's quite nice there. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Because I don't think I've got 2 of these card pieces, these cut apart sheets, and I can't see me using 2 of them, so I'll use this one then as a layering piece behind. Then this one then I'm going to put up to the edge there. I must say, it's quite nice to follow a sketch as well. I've been in a bit of a scrapbooking doldrums lately. I've been doing lots of card making but not so much scrapbooking, so it's quite nice to have a challenge to get you thinking. I'm going to use some of this, I think, as a way of adding another layer like that. I'm just going to tear the end of it. There we go. So this is on the Scrap Squad page. As I say, they do lots of fab challenges. They put up a layout from Pinterest, I think it's once a week, and they encourage you to be inspired by it. There we are. I'm going to cut this one in half now. So you can see I'm just picking up my photos, just sort of raising them off the page, using a bit of fun foam behind them. And then some more tape on that then. There we go. I'm going to bring that up slightly, make sure it is. But I want to have an album of the stages of the house, so that in years to come, when it's all complete, people can then see all the stages we took. Now, these are the wood veneers I'm going to use. Blink and you'll miss them, but they're these little tiny frames. And I'm hoping that my glue here will stick them on. I think sometimes that's what puts me off using the wood veneer, is the fact that you've got to try and stick them down with something. And I can never get my glossy accents to work. I love glossy accents, but it's a little bit of a pest sometimes. Right, so I'm going to put here now. There's no place like home. Just wonder whether to put it there. I might actually put it there and raise up the bottom of this on fun foam. Oh, guaranteed I cut it too small to start with. And then that's it. I'm going to just pop that there. There's enough sticky up here to keep it in place, so I don't need to worry about too much about putting the other. So I'm going to use, I wonder whether I should try and put something in it, just as if it's framing a sentiment, not just being an empty frame on a page. I love wood veneer, but it's something I always forget about. I'm going to put this little happy in there. There we go. Like that. Then let's have a little look at these to see. Let's have a little look here. I think I'll use as well one of these to go down the centre here. At least because it's on paper and not on gesso, then it is sticking. So I'm going to put this up here. It says Love House Together. It is, I must be honest, it is so exciting to see it coming together, this house. And because obviously I'm in school all through the week, I go over there in some evenings a week, usually to help with the cleaning up. And every weekend. There we go. I'm going to put this little, it's surprising the changes then that I see. I'm going to use this flower embellishment. I'm going to put that up here. Oh, this way is probably better. It's one of those flowers you don't actually know which is the right way around. Then I've seen a little heart, so I'm going to put some hearts on. think I'll use this colour here, this little bright blue one. Just because it's been a long journey to get to the render, to get it rendered. And I'm going to use this sentiment then, which is actually a long strip, but I'm going to cut it into sections to make up a bit of a title. It says, a house is made of wood and stone, but only love can make it a home. My husband will probably be going, yeah, that's a bit sickly. A house is made of wood and stone. I'm just going to put a date on it then, because just so I remember at what time we were at this stage. That's why I tend to make YouTube videos of it going on as well, at different sort of sections of it. Because then when we're having a day where we're thinking, oh my God, is it ever going to happen? Is it ever going to be finished? It's great to look back and think, look where we were. We were a few months ago. I'm going to cut this piece out then, Home Sweet Home. And I'm going to put that at the top of my layout. And I found a picture on my time hop the other day, which was actually, I think it would coincide with perhaps last Tuesday, and we'd just bought the land. We'd finally signed and it had all gone through. So when I think that in a year we've actually got a home, well, the shell of a home anyway. There we go. I'll put that up there like that. I've also then got these little tiny blue flowers just to scatter around like that. And I'm going to put one then in this frame with this here. There we go. And as I say, I'm just going to find my roller date stamp. It's around here somewhere. I'll have to have a little dig around. And then that layout is done. So thank you so much for joining me. If you are looking for a little bit of inspiration, pop over to the Scrap Squad and see what they're getting up to. They, as I say, they always choose the most stunning pins to scrap lift. And sometimes it's just enough to get your creative juices flowing, isn't it? So take care, everyone. And I shall see you soon. Hwyl fawr!